Who is Jonah Platt? Snow White producer's son unleashes on Rachel Zegler. Zegler, of course, tanked Snow White. It is now the 8th lowest rated film on IMDb with a score of 1.6 out of 10. Well, what can I say, ladies and gentlemen? Get woke, go broke, I suppose. Rachel Zegler she's got a whole bunch of viral tweets where she's saying things like free Palestine. She's saying F Donald Trump. She's saying she is nasty. And she's laughing in an empty theater as the film tanks. The movie's producer went off on Instagram, basically calling her out for having destroyed this film. In this viral tweet from Colin Rugg, the son of Snow White producer Mark Platt absolutely unleashes on Rachel Zegler for ruining his father's movie. Jonah Platt is ripping the 23-year-old actress for getting political and ruining Snow White. The comment from Platt was found on Instagram after one user asked why his dad flew to New York City to talk to Zegler about tanking the movie. Platt specifically blamed Zegler and her narcissism for the film's flop. So here's the post. Your dad flew to New York City to reprimand a young actress. Any words on this? Because that's creepy as hell and uncalled for. People have the right to free speech, no? Shame on your father. Jonah Platt, son of the producer, responds. You really want to do this? Yeah, my dad, the producer of enormous piece of Disney IP with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, had to leave his family to fly across the country to reprimand his 20-year-old employee for dragging her personal politics into the middle of promoting the movie, for which she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to get paid and do publicity for. This is called adult responsibility and accountability. And her actions clearly hurt the film's box office. Free speech does not mean you're allowed to say whatever you want in your private employment without repercussions. Tens of thousands of people worked on that film, and she hijacked the conversation for her own immature desires and the risk of all the colleagues and crew and blue-collar workers who depend on that movie to be successful. Narcissism is not something to be coddled or encouraged. Bravo. Now, I think this guy is right, but he also runs a podcast called Being Jewish with Jonah Platt, where he interviews prominent Jewish individuals about anti-Semitism and their experiences and being a Jewish. I think it may not just be that she's a narcissist who bombed the film, which she did, but she is anti-Israel. And so this contention really is playing things up. You've got Gal Gadot, who served in the IDF, working alongside Rachel Zegler, who is posting online pro-Palestinian, anti-Israeli things. By all means, have whatever opinion you want on Israel. I ain't talking about that. I'm just saying that divide is there. Now you've got the pure irony of this video.
And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Well, they didn't. Wow. And there she is, cheering for herself in an empty theater. I'll turn it down a little bit so we can play that again.
To see.
And there's her name on the screen for Snow White, which is a bomb, a massive bomb. And I don't know, she might have gotten a private screening, but basically everybody, the Hollywood Reporter, they're all coming out saying box office bomb. Wow. Look at this one. They're trying to be nice. How Snow White landed in potential bomb territory. So the funny thing is, the estimates on the cost of production, the reshoots, and the marketing, $600 million. Let's pull up the Snow White current box office and see where they're currently at. I think they're like 80. They're at 80. Is it worse than that? 92. Take a look at this from Wikipedia. The budget was 240 to 270 million. Then you've got marketing. Marketing is usually about 1.5 times the actual budget. Crazy, right? So you're looking at like 500 million just right then. But they do reshoots A lot of them. So we're looking at an estimated $600 million for which they've brought in only $92 million. That's crazy, man. Take a look at some of this. Over on X, we can see some of her posts. The Gas Stove tweeted, "Poor Disney didn't know they were hiring a commie. No excuses, man. Did you not do a background check on the person you hired for PR? There's one reason to hire celebrities for shows, okay? And it's not talent. There are a lot of talented people who work in acting, who can sing. I've seen Broadway. I went and saw Newsies a while ago. And I'm looking at these people, I'm like, they can sing and they can act. They ain't in the big movies. Some of them maybe. But they get Rachel Zegler instead. You hire these people because they're going to promote your film, because they're going to go on social media, because they're going to be America's darlings. The producer's son has a point. Rachel dragged her politics into the movie promotions, thus exacerbating the negative PR. Just read this, Colin. You'll see where I'm getting at. Here's one from Rachel Zegler in August, literally only like 6-7 months ago. "I love you all so much. Thank you for the love. For 120 million views on our trailer in 24 hours. What a whirlwind. I am in the thick of rehearsals for Romeo and Juliet, so I'm going to get out of here. Bye-bye for now. And always remember, free Palestine." By all means. I don't care if you're for or against Israel-Palestine, but it's a divisive issue, and that's going to get people going. Here's a video. Theater's empty. This is what we've been seeing. Let me see I wonder if anyone posted any of our other tweets. She has a bunch of other. Here's a funny meme. Goku telling Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, "Let's fight somewhere empty." And then they're fighting in a Snow White in a theater playing Snow White. That's a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Snow White ratings. So Snow White currently has 163,000 ratings, giving it a 1.6 out of 10. IMDb calls this unusual activity. Okay. So you think 163,000 people are review bombing? They are. They are, my friends. Excuse the lozenge. My throat's kind of messed up. They're review bombing. They are review bombing. There we go. I said it. You know how I know? Because 163,000 people probably didn't see the movie. No, they did. But I doubt everybody who watched the movie then went to IMDb and then gave it a bad rating. Take a look at this. So these are the lowest rated movies by IMDb users, and they don't have Snow White on the chart just yet. I've sorted this by IMDb rating from lowest to highest. Now, they give different numbers because they weight the amount of ratings against it, and they have a different rating system. Stupid. I don't care. I want to know how many stars it has. If you've got it more than 5,000 ratings, you're probably fine, right? So the first is Smolensk. It has the lowest rating at 1.2, followed by Daniel the Wizard, Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas, Food Fight, Turks in Space, The Cost of Deception, Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2. What? Oh, man. Pledge This. Now, Pledge This has 1.7, and Super Babies has 1.5. That would put Snow White in 8th place for the lowest rated film on IMDb. I do have questions. What's up with the Daily Wire's Snow White and the Evil Queen? IMDb says it's expected in 2025 and it should be coming out with Brett Cooper. I've heard nothing about it. So maybe I'm living under a rock, but they put out one teaser trailer, nothing at all else. It's not the hardest film in the world to make, to be completely honest. I mean, for real. I mean, maybe the scene where the animals are singing and dancing, but other than that, evil, wicked wish says, magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? And then she learns it's Snow White, says a guy to go kill Snow White. Snow White runs away, the guy spares her, and then she meets dwarves, then they dance and they sing, and then the witch, the queen, poisons her, and then she gets struck by lightning, and then the prince kisses her, and she wakes up happily ever after. That's the movie. So if you scroll down, you can see that the original Snow White from 1937, isn't that crazy? Has a 7.6. But look at this. Snow White Live. They already got a live action remake of Snow White. The classic Disney animated film, performed as a live stage show at Radio City Music Hall, has an 8.6. 8.4, sorry. Look at this. Whatever this Snow White is, I don't even know who's in this. Carolyn Thompson. Here's a trailer for it. This has got a better rating from 2001. Looks like a Hallmark movie. But there you go, man. Rachel Zegler, you reap what you sow. I can't believe anybody would hire people like this. I'm going to say it again. You hire people to do PR for you. So tell the people to stay out of politics. Because all you're going to do is burn your movie to the ground. To be fair, this movie was rife with controversy from the get-go, so that's what you get. I'll wrap it up there. Stay tuned. We got more coming up. We'll see you on the next segment.